Alright, we are live. Welcome to this webinar. My name is Jonas and I'm very happy and very honored that you are here with me today to discover the power of breathing and to learn how to release stress from the body and how to boost the immune system and gain more energy in life. I can see that people are still coming into the room and it's incredible. We are almost 300 people now in this live broadcast room and we have so many different nations here. United States, Canada, Austria, Germany, my home country by the way, Poland, Ireland, Russia, Italy, Spain, France. I'm amazed and very honored that so many people are here today and so many people have an interest in learning something about the benefits of proper breathing and breathing exercises. Now, people are still coming in, but I would say let's just switch into the presentation and those who come to later can join us also then. Here we are in the presentation and one more time, welcome to this webinar. Yeah, I also like to call it a webinar because it is a webinar about breathing. If you have any questions during the next upcoming hour, you are warmly invited to write me in the chat, but I don't know if I will be able to answer all of your questions. So therefore, here's my email address, info@jonasover.com. You can just write me an email with your question and then me and my team will come back to you as quick as possible. Now I'm guessing that for a lot of you this is probably not your first attempt on learning something about how to improve your health and well-being. And the first thing I want to mention is that if you've failed at relieving stress and gaining more energy in your daily life, if you failed at that in the past, then it's definitely not your fault. There's a lot of information out there and it can be very confusing. Many times this information overload keeps us from success, and that's absolutely okay. So if you've been concerned in the past that you just can't succeed with having more energy and relaxation, then I want to put those fears to rest now. Because you can do this. You just need the right person to explain it to you. I believe that the big corporations, they want you to think that you need a fancy fitness program or a special supplement to be successful with improving your health, but I'm here to tell you that they are wrong, because they have their own reasons for wanting you to think that, but it's not true. If you ever thought that the big industry actually want you to fail and to be sick, then you're probably right. They don't benefit from you succeeding and being healthy. They want you to keep you sick and in need. And the difference with me is that I actually care about your health and truly want you to see you living the life of your dreams and to be strong, balanced and full of vitality. So that's what we're here for today, because I'm sure you want to be the best version of yourself and to be full of energy, full of health. And I want to show you how you can make this happen now during this webinar. My goal for today is that if you are new, you will get an introduction into breathing exercises and how to relieve stress and gain more energy through the power of breathing exercises. If you have experience already, then you will get information about Tibetan breath yoga and Pranayama. For those of you who don't know what Pranayama means, no worries, I'm going to explain that later. And no matter if you are new or experienced, if you stay until the end, then I have a very special surprise for you. Before we get started now, I would like to shortly introduce myself to you. So for those of you who joined a little bit too late, this is me, so you haven't seen me at the beginning, and yeah, this is me, Jonas Over. I was born in Germany, there you would pronounce the name Jonas. And how did it came that I'm a teacher for breathing exercises, yoga, qigong? So my journey started when I was very young, because in my youth I was struggling with chronic back pain. I had chronic fatigue. No matter how long I slept, I was always tired. I always felt very weak. I also had a strong underweight at that time. And due to that poor physical condition, I also wasn't really able to deal with stressful situations in my life. And then also as a young adult, I never really knew what to do with my life. I was always looking for a reason and for a purpose of living, but actually I didn't have any meaning in my life. And yeah, on top of that, that poor physical condition, the lack of energy, then also the lack of confidence, and yeah, I was simply on the search for a solution for my problems. But I didn't have any plan on what to do and how to do it, how to change my condition. And so I tried all kinds of different things. I tried weight training, different types of sports, meditation, and yeah, I mean, for sports I did all kinds of things, some boxing, some climbing, football, but of that nothing really worked. The weight training and meditation still helped the most, but the more change of my physical condition came actually through the practice of yoga and qigong, because these Asian techniques, they combine working with the body and mind, and there I was first able to really change also some of my poor conditions at that time. But also when practicing that, I still kept on looking what is the most important thing for the human body, what really gives the most benefit on having more energy, being able to deal with the daily situations the best way. And the real change in my life happened when I met this guy. This is Chumba Lama. He's already 50 years old, believe it or not. And there you see, because he's a Tibetan breath master, and there you see what breathing does actually to the human body. And so when I met him and start learning from him, then really my life transformed. I was able already with yoga qigong to change a lot, but through the Tibetan breath yoga, the pranayama exercises, deep and conscious proper breathing, then I was always full of energy during the day. At some point then I also started sleeping less during the night, still having more energy, yeah, because the regeneration of the body became much better. My back pain, my chronic back pain was dissolving. And yes, I not only felt physically much better, but also then I was able to deal with my mental struggles in a much better way. I simply found a tool to work with and to improve my emotional and physical life. And so I started training on a daily basis. I did different teacher educations for yoga, for medical qigong, for the Tibetan breath yoga. But at some point, then I learned so many different things, because I also visited all kinds of workshops, and I simply needed to find the most effective exercises. What helps the most? And yeah, as mentioned already, it simply was breathing exercises. And so I founded a method that I named Energy Flow, because all the exercises that I learned, the essence of it, it's all about the flow of energy. Breathing deeply, getting oxygen in the body, while breathing out the carbon dioxide out of the body. It is an exchange of energy, a flow of energy, that the blood circulation runs properly through the body. This is an energy flow. And that the electricity in the nervous system flows in a proper way, because unfortunately most people's nervous systems are damaged or disbalanced, and when it flows properly, it's an energy flow. That's where the names came from. And the heart, the essence of the energy flow method are breathing methods, breathing exercises. And so it changed my physical life, my emotional life, and also I found a meaning in life, because after doing all these teacher educations, practicing for many years and founding the Energy Flow method, I also started teaching it to other people. So until today, I've done countless workshops. I'm working with private clients, with companies, and it's such a big joy to see what results people get, to see them getting more health, getting more energy, having more power in their life, living a more fulfilled life. And that's a huge gift for me and the meaning in my life to share these beneficial methods now. And luckily, I'm now also able to share them with you in this unique live event. And here's what Dr. Katerina Petzold says about the breathing exercises. Already after a short session of energy flow breathing exercises, about 10 minutes, I feel more vitality and freshness. The exercises enhance body awareness, strengthen the organism, and bring balance and inner peace. Applied as an immediate measure in case of stress, they are a quick help, easy to learn but highly effective. Thank you, Katerina, for this beautiful testimonial. And yeah, so it's great to see, because also you guys, you probably don't want to learn all kinds of different methods like yoga, qigong, and so on. But the power of breathing still applies for you. And once learned a few of simple methods, you can apply them anytime and anywhere. Now, the three secrets, this is what we're going to cover within the next 40 minutes or so. Secret number 1, what no one knows about breathing, how to relieve stress and build more energy. Secret number 2, application of breath methods, how to learn deep breathing, pranayama and Tibetan breath yoga effortlessly. And secret number 3, quick results, how to get physical and mental health results in just a few minutes a day. Now, we start with secret 1, what no one knows about breathing, how to relieve stress out of the body, and how does it work to gain more energy. We are born with the first breath and we die with the last. This is a very deep and powerful truth many people unfortunately are not aware of, but there simply is no human life without breathing. And this very obvious fact shows us how important breathing is for life, because there's no life without breathing. And when it's about improving health, then most people think of, oh yeah, I need to do more sport, because when I do more sport, then I will feel better, I will have more energy, will be more strong. Then people think, oh yeah, I need to eat healthy, because more vitamins, more minerals, then my body feels better. Then of course it's very important to also drink enough, because if we drink too little, it's not good. And of course it's all true, sport is very good, a healthy diet is very important, drinking good quality water and enough of it. But the truth is that we can survive for years without sport, for 3 weeks without food, for 3 days without water, but after 3 minutes without breathing, we are dead. Instead of thinking now of changing the eating habits or doing sport, we can see that the most important thing is actually to breathe properly, because breathing is the most important energy resource for the human body. What does breathing to our bodies? There's a lot of benefits. In short, one can say that breathing activates all the vital functions and self-healing powers of the body. First of all, when we learn to breathe deeply, we absorb more oxygen, and also, because I know there are devices that pump oxygen in the system, but it's not as beneficial as learning breathing exercises and doing it oneself, because oxygen alone is not enough. The body also needs to learn to absorb it, and this only happens through breathing exercises and deep conscious breathing. That means when we breathe consciously, do the exercises, we get more oxygen in, and the body will be enabled to absorb it also into the cells, and that then results in increased energy levels. Also inflammations will be reduced. Actually, every disease in the human body starts with an inflammation, and that inflamed cells heal. They need oxygen. The most important thing for a sick cell to heal is oxygen. Then also, one of the main reasons why people have headaches and migraines is a lack of oxygen. Of course, it can be also due to some tension in the neck muscles, but most of the time it's simply related of a poor blood circulation and too little oxygen that's coming into the brain. Then having more of the energy in the brain, also the performance and concentration improves. The regeneration of the body will be enhanced. The quality of sleep becomes better. It also detoxifies the body, because more oxygen in the blood will make the red blood cells get loose from each other, and so each of the red blood cells then will be able to transport all the toxins we have in the body out of it. And also free-flowing red blood cells will be then able to deliver each of them nutrients into the cells again. Also, the organ function gets activated through breathing exercises, through deep breathing, because the diaphragm expands, and that then results in a stronger immune system and a stronger nervous system. Actually, 90% of the immune system is dependent on the organ function. So whenever we do a deep breathe into the belly, it is boosting our organ function, our immune system. It also improves the blood circulation. And when you look on the list, you've seen also I've noticed a few more things, and it's actually just a little bit about the whole amount of benefits that breathing has to the body. What I've written here also now was lowers to high and raises to low blood pressure. It simply regulates the blood pressure in the body. It improves the blood count of diabetics. It improves the posture, because due to deep breathing, the lungs expand. Due to the expansion of the lungs, then also on the outer body, the spine will start expanding. And it also helps with asthma and all kinds of different chronic diseases. But it's not only very beneficial on the physical body, it's of course also very powerful on the mind. That's why also in all kinds of ancient cultures, they were using conscious breathing and breathing exercises in their meditations. In short, again, breathing calms and brings happiness. Here I also want to share a fun quote, but also an incredible quote about how breathing makes happier. It actually relates more also to the physical part, and that is that 95% of serotonin, the most important neurotransmitter for joy and happiness feelings, is produced in the intestines. Only 5% of serotonin are produced in the brain, 95% in the intestines. If we work with the moving of the intestines through deep breathing, or then, like you will see later, through Tibetan and Indian yogic exercises like Nauli, then the intestines get moved and more serotonin, more endorphins and more happiness hormones are being produced in the body. And on a mental level, breathing will calm body and mind. It gives deep relaxation. Due to this, it helps with stress management. It can reduce depression, reduce nervousness and anxiety. It enhances self-awareness, improves emotional health and inner peace, and therefore, due to all that facts, it also is able to prevent burnouts and reduce fatigue. Yeah, that with the fatigue was actually one of the major benefits I also experienced myself. And if you guys are thinking that it's difficult now to learn these methods, Or yeah, there's this breath master from Tibet, and of course he looks good with 50 because he's doing it, and so on. Or yeah, Jonas, you've learned that now. No, actually, it works for all kinds of people. I've seen already people with overweight doing it. I've seen people with 60, 70 years old doing the exercises. And it's simply just a matter of the right knowledge and practice. And now, during this first secret, we've seen how much knowledge there is about breathing exercises and how many benefits just breathing, conscious breathing itself has for the human body. And this is incredible, isn't it? Now we come to secret number 2, application of breath methods. How to learn deep breathing, pranayama, and Tibetan breath yoga effortlessly. Now I would like to do an exercise with you guys together. So please place your right hand on your lower belly, so that your thumb is in your navel or touching your navel, and the rest of the palm is below the navel on the lower belly. And we now start to consciously breathe in through the nose, deep into the belly, and out through the mouth. Deeply in and out. And the hand we have on the lower belly simply helps us to feel where the breath flows. So you don't need to have a big movement of your hand right now, but it's very important that you feel that the breath can flow below the navel and that you feel your hand is moving just through the deep breathing in. Let's breathe together. We breathe in and out. Deeply in. Belly comes out, and now out through the mouth. The belly goes in. Deeply breathe in. And out. Just continue to breathe as deep as you can into your belly. This kind of breathing, the deep belly breathing, in China they call it dantian breathing, because the dantian is the power chakra in the below the navel in the body. And if you look at babies, they are all breathing deeply into the belly. It's also called a baby breath, therefore. We all were breathing, every one of us now being here together in this live event. We were all breathing deep in the bellies when we were children, when we were babies. But due to stress and the disconnection from the body, then we forget how to breathe naturally. And now we learn it again and activate our whole system. Deeply breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. It relaxes the nervous system, activates the blood circulation, gives us more energy, makes us able to relieve stress out of the system. Let's have a few more deep breaths together, Also, if you like, you can place both palms on your belly if you feel like doing so. And then we deeply breathe in together. If you can, just continue with a deep breathing. And I'm now going to share a little bit with you about the history of breathing exercises. So, first of all, breathing was applied in China since thousands of years in martial arts and exercises like Qigong, like you see me doing on these pictures. Qigong means translated energy work or working with energy. Qi is the life energy, the life force that is mainly and most of all taken into the body through breathing. And Gong is the work with. And it has been developed over hundreds and thousands of years in China and applied there for, as mentioned, the martial arts, then the health practices, but also for the spiritual practice and development. Breathing control gives man strength, vitality, inspiration, and magic powers. This quote is from Zhuangzi. He was a Taoist philosopher, and I'm sure what he's quoting here also works for women equally. This is simply how the quote was given. But yeah, he was a very important Taoist philosopher, and he simply states here how powerful breathing is and learning to control the breath. And it gives strength, it gives vitality, it gives inspiration. And as I told you already, it is even easy to explain it on a medical level, because conscious breathing and breathing exercises make us able to produce more endorphins and serotonin. And about the magic powers, I cannot say so much about this, but it surely gives some interesting insights into the nature of phenomena and in the human mind. And then also breathing was very strong, developed and evolving in India. Here we have a picture of Shiva. He is considered in the Indian tradition to be the first yogi that achieved enlightenment. Some say 12,000 years ago, some say 35,000 years ago. And he is considered to be one of the main sources of yoga. And you all heard the word yoga. Now you may want to write down some notes, because I'm sharing a lot of exotic words with you. If you want to keep them, then yeah, maybe you make a note. And because yoga means simply union, connecting with the true nature of one's being and the true essence of phenomena. This is what yoga is about, and it contains different methods like asanas. These are the bodily exercises. Pranayama. These are the breathing exercises, and meditation. And for pranayama here, I've mentioned that word a couple of times already. If you haven't heard that before, or if you don't know what pranayama is, I'm also going to explain it now. Prana is the same basically as Qi in China. It is the life energy, and Yama means control. Breathing exercises in India were called pranayama, meaning energy control exercises. And So it developed over thousands of years in India as well, and it then also came to the land of snow, to Tibet. Here's also one more incredible quote: "For breath is life, if you breathe well, you will live long on earth." That's a Sanskrit proverb, and it shows simply that these ancient cultures, they knew the importance of breathing, and they were totally relying on the power of breathing exercises. And then from India, the exercises also came over to Tibet, the land of snow. In the center here you see a picture of Milarepa. He was Tibet's great yogi, and his main spiritual practice was a practice called Tumo, and it is a practice that uses deep breathing. And as you see me also doing here on the right lower image, I'm sitting in the snow, and this is possible. This control, or this physical control over cold, is just possible through the control of breathing, through the heat being generated, through the healing powers being activated within the body through breathing exercises. Here I'm showing you some of the most advanced Tibetan breath yoga and pranayama exercises. Uddiyana Bandha, the pulling up, massaging the organs very powerfully, holding the breath in the meantime. Actually, breath holding is very beneficial to also make the body then being able to absorb more of the oxygen. Explosively breathing out is clearing the breath ways. And this is Nauli, how is it called in India, Tool Core in Tibetan, the energy wheel, magic circle exercise. The highest class of yogic practices. Now you guys think maybe, yeah, okay, wow, that looks impressive, or it looks creepy, and it's great that you can do it, but how shall I do it? But I can tell you, there are no special bodily or fitness requirements to do it. My oldest client at the moment is 70 years old, and he just told me recently that, "Oh, Jonas, I'm so grateful for you. Now with 70, I feel much better than I felt with 60. Simply, I was doing your exercises the past few months." And it's simply possible also, as you can see here, that if you may think, "Oh, I'm too old to do it," you can see the friends here. It is possible to do it also with 60, 70 years, these exercises. And everyone will and can get an incredible result when applying conscious breathing and the pranayama and Tibetan breath yoga methods. And so you can see how easy it is to learn breathing methods that are effective in boosting the immune system, gaining more energy, and relieving stress. Secret number 3, quick results. How to get physical and mental health results in just a few minutes a day. A very important topic, because when I started with the exercises, when I first met the Tibetan teacher, I thought, yeah, wow, that's great, but I don't have the time to do it. And so I was totally not open to make any of the practices, because I simply thought it takes too much time to learn it, and anyway I don't have time to invest. But then the more I practiced, the more I exercised and tried, I also found that it's possible to get results in just a few minutes a day. And over the weeks and months I also noticed that actually investing a couple of minutes every day for breathing exercises give me a lot of time back. because every 10-15 minutes I use in the morning for the breathing methods make me feel so much more alive, so much more energized during the day, and that it's basically, yeah, I'm getting more time back from everything I'm investing in these methods. And then after a longer time of practice, I also simply noticed, as I mentioned earlier, that I needed less sleep because the recovery of my body became so much better. And yeah, whatever I invested until today into breathing methods just gives me a lot of time back. And that's very, very enriching and beautiful. Now think maybe, oh great, to learn now breathing methods, but I need a teacher in person, because otherwise it probably won't work, or it's difficult to learn. But I can tell you, I have already also clients training with me online. It doesn't matter if you have a teacher in person or not. It's just about to learn the exercises and to then also practice them. And it's all about the application. And once you've learned them, and you can do that even online, you can apply the breathing methods everywhere and getting a result even from the comfort of your own home. You're able to do it. Now I would like to do another exercise to also give you a little bit more to practice and a little deeper insight and experience into the breathing methods. So one more time, please place your palm with the thumb in the navel on your lower belly. If you like, you can also take 2 hands to do it. And then we will do now the same exercise as we did before, just that now we will also hold the breath both when we have breathed in, but also when we breathe out a little bit. So just place the hands on your lower belly, and then I will tell you when we breathe in, when we hold, when we breathe out, and hold again. And we start now with breathing in. Hold the breath now, and then breathe out through the mouth. And hold the breath again with an empty lung. And in again. Breathe in as deep as you can into your belly. Hold. And breathe out through your mouth. And hold again. In again. Hold. And breathe out. And hold. In again. Hold. And out. And hold with the empty lung. 2 more times. After holding, breathe out. And then hold with the empty lung before breathing in again. and just have a normal breath and notice how your body feels now. Maybe you can write me in the chat, how does it feel for you, and if you get a result, what is your experience with doing this exercise? I feel amazing. Wow, it's so easy and so powerful. I will do it regularly. Oh yeah, please do apply the exercise as often as you can. And very good. I love it. Wow, that's beautiful to hear that you get such a result or such an amazement from just, I don't know how long was it, like 1, 2, 3 minutes of breathing. And yeah, I can tell you, the more you apply it, the stronger it will be. And yeah, if you can invest a few minutes a day in doing the exercises, you will get an incredible result. Change your breathing, change your life. The author of this wonderful quote is unfortunately unknown, but it's simply true. If you can change your breathing, it will change your life. You've seen how incredible the results are on the physical body. You've seen the effects on the mind. You've seen how easy it is to apply them. And yeah, now you've seen also that it's possible to get a result in just a few minutes a day. The three secrets that we've been through now was secret number 1, breathing is highly effective in stress relief and building more energy. Secret number 2, exercises can be learned easily, even the most advanced breathing exercises. And secret number 3 was all about that it's actually possible to get a quick result with just a few minutes a day of practice. Now, let me ask you a question. Who of you feel a little bit like me on that picture? How many of you are excited about what we just talked about? How many of you are feeling a little overwhelmed because we've covered so much? And of course, I would love to share much more with you, but it is unfortunately impossible to share everything you need to get results in the short time frame of this webinar. But I try to cover as much as possible. And as mentioned earlier, I created a special surprise for those who are ready to move forward and who want to implement this new opportunity into their lives. Is it okay with you if I spend 10 minutes going over a very special offer I created to help you implement the benefit of breathing into your life? Alright, this isn't about me, this is for you, so I will show you how it can change your life. I have created a breath masterclass, and if you join today, you will get instant access to it. In Module 1, we will go through breathing basics, how to relieve stress from the body. Module 2 is all about mobility and flexibility to expand the lungs and also to dissolve the physical pain and the back pain to be able to breathe more fully. Module 3 is then about Tibetan breath yoga and pranayama. Here it's really about gaining and building energy in the body. Then in Module 4 you will be ready for Nauli Trul Core, the most advanced of Tibetan breath yoga exercises. Module 5 will contain further explanations and knowledge. And then there's another bonus module with additional exercises and training routines. Now let me show you some examples of a few people who had already the chance to go through this course. After every breath training I do in the morning with Jonas, I feel very awake and energized for the day. My mind becomes free and I feel like reborn. From Michael, thank you very much. It's beautiful to see and to hear what kind of results people get when doing this course and these exercises. I benefited from energy flow breath significantly. My sleep became more restful, concentration and focus increased, and sensitivity to stress went down. I was able to efficiently replenish my energy in the most intense period of work and studying. I needed less hours of sleep to get the same energy level. Also, my body became more healthy looking, more oxygen in tissues resulted with more firm and young looking skin. I'm very grateful for these methods. From Gosha. Thank you very much for this wonderful testimonial about this course. And Vance, he says, I took Jonah's course on breathing. His breed of knowledge and relaxed personality made for a great learning experience. I have done the practice every morning now since, and I really must say that I feel simply more alive and not just in the morning. I feel more energized and focused throughout the day. It is especially noticeable in the afternoon at 2:30, 3 o'clock, when normally I'm fighting to keep my eyes open. Energy flow breath works highly effective, and I would recommend it to anyone. Wow, that's wonderful to see. Now, who this works for? It works for young people. My youngest client I had so far was 12 years old. He had a chronic intestinal disease that he was able to heal with the breathing methods. Then, of course, it works for older people. It works for people with overweight. It works for people with underweight. For professional speakers, it's actually very beneficial. Michael, you've just seen, he is a professional actor and he's also teaching actors. He even brought a couple of his students to my own workshops. Of course, the yogis and yoginis who really want to go deep into the pranayama exercises and the Tibetan breathing. And very important, businessmen and women can benefit so much from having more brain capacity and being able to deal with the daily stress. So there's basically no limit for the amount of people who these methods can work for, because it helps with relieving stress, improving the energy levels of the body. It can dissolve sleeping disorders, chronic fatigue, organ problems it can help with. It supports the weight loss of the body and the detoxification. Is able to dissolve nutrient deficiency and so on. Now, this is what you're gonna get with the Masterclass, the complete Energy Flow Breath course. And it has a total value of $1,997. I'm not saying that this is the amount I'm going to charge you, but this is the actual value this Masterclass has. And if you get started today, then you would also get access to the worksheets. And with these worksheets, you'll be able to train efficiently, get quick results, achieve your personal goals, track your progress, and you definitely will be able to get rid of the confusion on how to do things, of bad habits of not doing exercises or having no discipline of doing something good for yourself, or any kinds of excuses. Now, when I started with the training, I ran into a big roadblock. I didn't know how to exercise on a regular basis, so I had to create a discipline myself. But you get the worksheets and then you'll be able to get the best results as quick as possible to achieve your goals immediately. And yeah, you won't need to go through a trial and error period like I did for many years, because you get the clear pathway to your goals with this masterclass and the worksheets. Now, yeah, all the time of training and all the money I invested to learn all of this, you won't need to invest because you get it with that course. And these worksheets are very easy to use. Now, what you're gonna get is the complete Energy Flow Breath Masterclass, and on top of that, the worksheets, all of with a total value of $2,397. And if you get started today, you will also get the audio meditations that I've created for this course, and they are easy to use everywhere. It enables you to use daily situations meaningful. For example, when being on the way to work, when sitting in the bus, you can simply listen to them. So you'll be able to get a stress relief wherever you are, and they will make your body being enriched with oxygen. So with this tool, you can practice it everywhere and achieve your results and goals you have on being more healthy, having more energy and more power, having more inner peace and balance. You will be able to achieve that much quicker with these meditations. Yeah, many people also told me, yeah, actually I don't need that, audio meditations and so on, but then they were amazed how great it is to use them and to implement the power of meditation in daily life. Now we have, with this unique offer today, the complete Energy Flow Breath Masterclass, the worksheets, and the audio meditations, all with a total value of $2,791. Only offering you today. You will also get the support if you get started, and with the support you can contact me and my team anytime, so you get a clarification of all upcoming questions, you get help whenever needed, and you have it wherever you are. When I started with the training, I often didn't have access to my teachers for months because I was traveling or they were traveling, and I couldn't reach out to them. But you will be able to reach out to me and my team anytime you like. And this then will give you the best learning experience and the quickest results possible, because I'm supporting you whenever necessary. And it's very easy. You can get through the course platform directly in contact with me. Now we have the masterclass, the worksheets, the audio meditations, the support. And for the support, I couldn't find a price because I had so much struggles to get all the information from my teachers all the time, but you simply won't have that problem. You can reach out whenever you like, whenever you need. And on top of that, you will also get a certificate of completion for the Breath Masterclass. It will prove your skills. It will enrich you will be able to enrich other people's life if you decide to become self-employed and to teach the breath methods, or you can offer the training at your workplace. So you simply have more career opportunities, and you will get that certificate very easily online after finishing and completing the course. Now, what you're gonna get, it is the complete Energy Flow Breath Masterclass, the worksheets, the audio meditations, the bonus material, support, and the certificate. I actually don't find a price for that because it's simply very, very enriching. And it has a total value of $3,088. And if all this did was to give you permanently more energy and vitality in your life, would it be worth it? If all it did was to make you able to easily dissolve stress and make you more relaxed whenever you want and need, would it be worth $3,000? If it would show you how to effortlessly learn the most secret and most advanced breathing exercises that the world has ever seen from India and Tibet, then would it be worth $3,000? Yeah, surely would be. I've paid thousands of euros for my own teacher educations. And if all it did was to give you quick results in just a few minutes a day, then would it be worth it? Now, an important question: what's your health worth to you? If you had effective methods for stress relief and improving your health, what would it be worth to you? How much would you pay now to have the successful Energy Flow Breath Masterclass available? You can probably see and understand now why people pay $3,088 or more for a similar result from me. Because this is not a cost, it's an investment in health, well-being, and a long life. You can see why it's a great deal at $3,088, but because you are special and you've joined me now in this live event, I'm going to make you a special offer to get started now for just $297 today. If you were to hire a professional health coach to get you the possible results of this masterclass, it might cost $10,000 or more for all the necessary coaching hours. But because you're learning how to do it yourself and I'm giving you all the tools and resources to make it happen fast, you only pay $297. So now is the time to click on the button to open up a new page and get started right away. You basically have two choices now. The first option is you do nothing. If you do nothing with the information you've learned during this webinar, what will you get? Nothing. And the second option is that you just choose to take a leap of faith, just test it out and see if it will work for you. And the best thing is you have a 30-day guarantee. So if you sign up today and if you don't like it for any reason, and I don't care if it's 29 days, 23 hours and 59 minutes from now, just let me know and we'll give you your money back. So now is the time to click on the button to give this course a try, to try it out and to check if the breathing methods will work for you. The real question is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check this out? Even if it only does half of what I've claimed today, it will pay for itself as soon as you start doing it. Now, let us just quickly go through what you're all gonna get. It's a complete Energy Flow Breath Masterclass, the worksheets, the audio meditations, the bonus material, a priceless support, and a certificate, all with a total value of $3,088. And this is the whole course that you have the chance to get only now during this live course. So if you get started now, I will give you a special price of $297 today. So this is the time to click on the button and go on your journey to discover the power of breathing. So I want you to think about something for a minute. What is money? A lot of people have fear about money and even bigger fears about spending money, but you need to understand that money is good. It's just a tool that was created for exchange. Other than that, there's absolutely no real value in money. You can't use it to stay warm, you can't eat it, you can only trade it for something else that you want. Just think, everyone who exchanges money for something does it because they feel that what they are getting in exchange is greater than keeping the money or using it for something else. At least that's what I expect when I buy something. And I don't actually know for sure until I do buy it and try it out and can see the results. So my question for you is this: would you exchange that amount of money for the results that I've mentioned earlier? The results of having the stress relief and the more energy in your life? And if the answer is yes, then you need to get started right now. And if you have any fear that it might not be what you expected or that you might not be able to get those results, Just let us know and we'll give you your money back. And I know habits are really hard to change, and I don't want you to go back to your old habits, because I'm your coach, your friend, your mentor. I want you to be successfully I want you to be successful by breaking your old habits, and I want you to have real lasting change. And therefore you need repeated exposure to the full system. And that's what you will get when you invest today. It's an investment in health, longevity, and a better quality of life. And if the information about breathing alone would be enough, then you just could have turned to Google and do it. But you need a guide who has been there before, who's been on that journey, and who can take you there right now. I've been in this business for a long time, and I found there are only two kinds of people. Those who are good at transforming their physical and mental condition, and those who are good at making excuses. And you can't be both. If you're the one who making excuses, I hate to say it, but I think you're going to have a really hard time growing old. The way I see it, you've got two choices. Your first option is to do nothing and not take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free. And your second option is to pony up this tiny investment today compared to all the value you'll get in return, and just give it a shot. See if it'll work for you. If it doesn't, for whatever reason, you get your money back. There's absolutely no risk at all. You have nothing to lose except the stress and headaches you've used to have in the past. And once you've been through this training and you have learned the method, you can simply say goodbye to the difficulties of your health and daily life. You'll never have to worry about your sleep quality and energy levels again. Can you imagine what life will be like when those things have instantly disappeared from your life? What will you do with all the extra time and power you have? I want to paint a picture of where I was before I started with energy flow breathing, because you've noticed my story. I struggled with my health and even with my confidence, and I wasn't able to do the things I wanted to do in my life due to the lack of energy I had. Things were really hard because of my physical and mental condition. Does that sound familiar? But now I want you to get a vision of what life could be like. Ever since energy flow breathing, I've been able to have the state of health and strength I've always dreamed of. Everybody dreams of. Now I'm able to live every day the way I wanted to live, and things are amazing. Can you imagine what that would be like? If you're still on the fence, now is the time to open a new browser and to get started with the Breath Masterclass right away. So just click on the button for your journey to be the best version of yourself. Now I wish you a beautiful rest of your day. I will leave the window a little bit more open, and have a beautiful time. Stay healthy and happy. Yours, Jonas.